call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Coming out on first down with the play fake. The sure hands, it's Thomas. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Now last year there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help him the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of below average for every position, but the quarterback is the tone setter, the captain, and having a guy like Gunner at the helm, man, this is a dude they all trust, they all respect, and I expect this offense to bounce back in a big way.
The Dogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Leaves it with the running back. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards, added up for a first down.
You get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him think I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, first down.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his man. It's Thomas. Knocked down for the tackle.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Here comes the offense on second down. Off play action. That's reeled in. It's Bell. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him. Got him on the ground too quick.
And the Bulldogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. The field goal is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Picked off. At the 45 on its way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks in the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
They'll give it to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Notre Dame and Georgia were hardly strangers in recent years, but that clash in the playoff in the Sugar Bowl took a turn as the Irish won for the first time against the Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good job by Notre Dame finishing the first half, forcing turnovers, special teams scoring a touchdown, not beating themselves. Notre Dame.
Touchdown Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. One man in the backfield, and he gets it.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Got his man downfield. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. Marcus Freeman added another chapter to the year 3 success stories of Notre Dame coaches, taking the Irish to the national championship game, and he looks like a cornerstone coach for the future.
It was so impressive what they were able to do, bouncing back from an early season loss against Northern Illinois when everybody counted them out. He's done an outstanding job recruiting. He's got a great coaching staff. This team is built and ready to make another run.
Yeah, he's got superstar written all over. He has the next coach to break that ceiling and win a title. Just recruiting up, belief up, discipline up. Notre Dame looks like a national championship contender.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. He might want another play. to throw. It's Stockton. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Makes the catch. It's Frazier. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Throws for the tight end. Trying to pull his way in. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Can the D deny them on second and goal? The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Barrels ahead. Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Georgia.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas A&M is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up in practice this week. They're up 14 over the Goobers. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's Love. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The short hands. It's Pauly. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Caught in the backfield. It's Love. Runs through a tackle. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback just trying to spit it out to his running back in the flat there, but the defender all over him. As soon as he caught that football, he went down for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Gets it out quickly. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Love. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Offense gets set for second down. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defensive speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
Everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but you look at how fast these backers close and run the football, it looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone.
All out of space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting to run on that. They were physical and they were able to force the negative play.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. To the air, it's Carr. Makes the grab. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Unleashes it. Caught over the middle, it's Love. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push.
Well, they try to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it. But the defense there, David, they bowed up and stopped them.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop, but nice job by the defensive lineman. And get off the football. Don't allow them to go backwards. Don't push you backwards at all. And then what do you see with linebackers a lot of times? They come flying in there, making the stop. A nice stop by this defense, expecting the quarterback sneak.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
Got the 1st down and still on his feet. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Unloads to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Oh, and they almost had another one, and this defense is dialed in, man. The interception on the last possession, almost another one there. They've got a really good read on this passing game.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for space. It's Love. Got room at the 35. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Finds a tight end. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on 1st down, open up the entire play.
And just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Looking to pass. It's Carr. It's complete to the left. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on the
A lot of times offenses will do the FIB, formation into the boundary, try to take advantage of you necessarily spreading out, sending more resources to the field, try to take advantage. Offense gave it a whirl, but the defense, they did not move. They did their assignments, got the TFL.
Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fakes to grab. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down, but they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Wants to throw. It's Carr. Working that left side now.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Irish! And they strike first.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Bunch formation for these receivers. Power football with the run. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Gets it to him on the screen. There he goes! And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
Got rid of it just in time. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the jet motion. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The Bulldogs are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And they'll try to break the seal on the second quarter by putting 3 on the board. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. He got it.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. To the air, it's Carr. Quickly out to the tight end. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, and try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
Hauls it in. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Love. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Looking for room, it's Price. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Dropping back, it's Carr. It's complete. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
And how about the confidence of this quarterback? Palmer, I got to know, man. I know this receiver's a stud, but I'm putting 2 guys on. I'm trying to take him out of the ball game, and he's still going to throw it that direction?
Because even when he's covered, he's open. And these guys work tirelessly all week long. They understand where they're going to be. They understand.
It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Notre Dame. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. wide receiver comes in motion. He turns that loose down the right side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Here's a heat. A little floater there that falls incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more...
He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got a little space. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Scanning the field is Carr. Working the big fella to the corner. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved him forward just a few.
Oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Pauly. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
On the ground, it's Love.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground. To
the air, it's Carr. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Grab near the marker. It's Pauly. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Good timing on the quick out. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking downfield very late in the half. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. A great catch and run for 6.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To throw, it's Stockton. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Gets it out fast. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw, they'll have to be efficient against the clock. And to get rid of it quickly. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. As expected, looks as if they'll run it out and go into halftime with a lead. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Ready to go here in the 2nd half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The offense changing the play. Back to throw, it's Stockton. He's got it. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the Dogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And, man, this offense just searching for some way to climb back and get back into this game. They're down by 1,000, and it's not looking good. And you can't even protect your quarterback on third down. Like, everything going the other direction.
They'll try to convert on 4th and long after giving up that big sack. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. Bringing the heat. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Really good job by the defense understanding the quarterback got outside the pocket. Now I got to understand where he's at. Now the middle of the field starts to come towards where he's scrambling. The other side of the field comes to the middle of the field. Great job by the defense understanding the quarterback was...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Find some room, and that's what you want to get away from the goal line. A 5-yard pickup out to the 6.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
A strike downfield. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige when you've got the playmakers you have offensively. Just keep chucking them.
Wide open spaces. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The give. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. They're working that left side. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Calls it in. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Yeah, a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Turning it on. Delivers the stiff arm. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Back to pass on second down. Moving away from pressure. Gets rid of it. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer? When it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception.
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to...
And that's a live ball. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Just a short pass to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
You got to give this defensive staff a ton of credit. They had a plan for this guy, right? They've watched him on film. He's been eating defenses alive. They've limited him. That was only his first catch. They've changed up their coverages. They've gotten after the quarterback. Great defensive game plan coming into this one.
Shoots it to the left. He's got it. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And that's the first time the big fella's made a play. Like, this offense is built around his dynamic playmaking ability. That's usually a big part of what they do. It's not a surprise that they're losing in the fourth quarter because they haven't gotten him involved yet.
Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter. That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
Working the big fella downfield and outside.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Looking downfield, it's Carr. Using the quick game. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Notre Dame right back to the line. Defense in press coverage. On fourth down, looking to pass. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Irish. And the pummeling has started. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Bell. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Throws to the tight end. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film.
He's going for the big play. Makes a grab for a big play. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Georgia going back to work with another first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off his spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man, and these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast.
He'll take a shot. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room.
He's loose. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Downfield and incomplete, the defense holds.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. Has to let this one go off his back foot. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Right down the middle. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
Got his man. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. Now on first and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. Quarterback extends the play. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after.
Trying to rumble in. And it's a touchdown in the dying moments of the game. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Back to pass, it's Carr. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him...
Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the sealing touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they